Berg. Wylie.
Well done.
1951, at this golf course, the Alberta Amateur was played, and I got beat by Billy Tate in the finals 5-3. That's 70 years ago. So I've always been in love with this place, and that's when it started. Thank you.
I don't even come out to play golf this year.
Just so you know, Shane and I clipped her how I feel about News Thursday.
Well,
that was very nice.
Good.
Job well done. Thank you.
I'm
gonna get a photo.
Bill called me on the phone.
Here, hold the trumpet too. That'd be
Mr.
great.
Wylie?
Can you play the trumpet?
So he's going to do a quick photograph.
I want to know if you can play the trumpet.
Okay.
So maybe this guy can catch up with you someday.
Easy enough.
Yeah, you'll be able to go buy that number.
Quiet, actually.
Oh, my God. Nice to see you again, by golly. You're still playing lots of golf or not? Not much, no.
Me too.
We're rocking and rolling here. I guess just first off, for whichever one of you wants to start, what was it like to be on the first tee and just, you know, be part of getting this amateur championship going and getting, just seeing old friends? Maybe I'll start with you, Bob. A nice experience up there?
Well, it's something that it's hard to describe. It's just one more wonderful thing that's happened to me in the period of playing golf.
What about for you, Doug? What was that experience like on the first tee?
Well, it's been 73 years since I teed it up on that tee in the Alberta Junior, which was a good experience. And his father-in-law was the, at that time, pro manager around the club here at that time, Jack Cuthbert. And he was always, even though he was a bit of a gruff old Scotsman, he was always very nice to me and went out of his way to be kind to us. And when I won the junior in '49 here, I'm sure it was Jack that had a lot to do with it. Gave me an honorary membership, seeing as how playing golf in Red Deer on the sand greens with no bunkers. My papa-in-law, Jack, thought I probably should have a chance to play on some grass greens and bunkers. So that was my first crack at honorary membership at the Calgary Golf and Country Club, which strangely enough, that was the end of it for about, I guess for about 60 years or whatever it happened to be. They did give it back to us back in about 2003, I think. Wasn't that
Something
when,
like that,
when
yeah.
Bill McDonald
Yeah.
gave us our honorary memberships? So what goes around comes around, and I've been blessed with a lot of great things in golf.
All these years later, is it cool to be standing here, considering you've both won this tournament so many times and so many years together, and you know, playing at a high level? Just what are your thoughts of how the two of you are, and you're still going so strong at your ages? It's pretty amazing the bond you guys have, isn't it?
Well, it's amazing. We had
Our splendid splinter?
30 years
Yeah.
together, and out of that there was Keith Alexander, Doug Silverberg, Bob Wylie, and we were a pretty good threesome to go out and play. We did a pretty good job for it, and it was a wonderful experience, really.
What comes to mind, Doug? Anything just standing
Well,
here today, or just
well, as Bob said, one of the wonderful things about it, because I did play for from about 1949 to about 71, when I really was blessed with our twin sons, and had a job to do too. So I cut it back about early 70s. I did play a few tournaments after that, some of them okay. But one of the great things about the early years was that Bob came along in 51, and Keith was here about the same time. And without question, they both contributed to my incentive a little bit to get out and play and be a little better, and so on. So it was a treat for me to be around when they were.
any advice for any of the competitors this week? I mean, you know, does it bring you back to when you were their age?
Well, Mr. Wylie here liked to accuse me, after he'd driven it up the middle of the fairway too often, accused me of the fact that I could get it up and down out of a ball washer if I happened to get around that round in a better score, and give him a
Many
little give him an occasional lesson.
Many times.
And he gave me a few good lessons over the years. But and when we had some fun here, I don't remember the year, Bob and I played here in the finals of the Alberta Amateur, and I want to guess that it was 1965.
It could have been.
Would that be
and
about
I
right?
know you won.
Well, I wasn't going to say that. We'll talk about the time in the, I think in the, what was it, the Senior Open, or the Canadian, or the Alberta, the Canadian Amateur, or the other senior. I remember when I thought I was going along pretty nicely, and there's a whippersnipper called Wylie. He took me out.
No.
Yes.
Oh,
I've forgiven you for that, though.
okay, well that's fair.
That's right. So, no, we've had a lot of fun, and golf's been good to me, and as I say, I was pleased and happy to admit on our Alberta team, which was the only team I ever played on. I've maintained all my golf in Alberta over the years, and my 25th team, which is 22 Wellingtons and 3 juniors, I thought, well, that's a nice round number, and quit on it. And at that point, I think our little buddy Alexander might have been a 1 or 2 behind. Anyway, that little rascal, who we called him the Splendid Splinter, and a good guy, and a great player. Well, he kept working at it until he got ahead of me. I don't know whether he ended up with 26 or
He probably did.
27 or whatever the hell it was, but it took him an extra 10 years or whatever, but he did it. So we had many blessings playing golf.
Yeah, I guess just finally, what is it about the game of golf? Because other sports, football, hockey, you're not playing it in your 50s or 60s or 70s, but golf, it really is a sport for a lifetime, isn't it?
It's something that really, if you look at it, you can play
Till you're 91 anyway.
until you're 91 anyway. And I'm going to be doing it at 92, which is only a month away, so I'll be playing then too.
Well, I want you to know, when Carol's birthday was very close to yours, not her age, mind you, but her birthday, we generally have one drink for you.
Oh, isn't that nice?
That's right.